Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. Been a while. Been busy with no internet and no computer for a while, so I'm finally back. Well, what do you think this is? These are a little darker than I normally get, but they have no smell, no real taste, no nothing. These are capsules, of course, and the powder inside's about the same. But and it's normally a little lighter color than this. But this is pine tree pollen. Pine tree pollen is amazing. I mean, it's really great for kicking up our life force. And who doesn't want more life force? That's ours too. And it's been used for hundreds upon hundreds of years in traditional Chinese medicine. And it's really great for health in general. It contains a lot of vitamins and trace minerals and proteins, and it helps to balance hormones. And it's really great for andropause and menopause also. It is really an amazing thing as far as containing a lot of plant sterols and for balancing our hormonal system and also to increase some testosterone. If you guys are feeling a little low in T, then some pine tree pollen might be just the what you need. Also, it helps to balance estrogen in women and help with menopause also. So it's a wonderful thing, and I highly recommend it. I take it myself, and so I recommend it for other people. It contains a lot of phenolphthalein, which also helps to increase L-dopamine in the brain, which is really good for improving, getting rid of depression and improving our mood. So if you have depression, you might want to try a little bit of this. And lots of vitamins. There's a lot of A vitamins in it, which is a super antioxidant. B vitamins for good mood and vitality, and D for great skin and uplifting our mood and also strengthening our bones, and vitamin E for sexual health and great skin also, and many, many other things. Lots of protein. It contains 20 different proteins. I mean, these little capsules are amazing. You can get it in powders and pill form and all kinds of different things also, and I think tinctures also. And it contains a lot of the essential proteins and some of the non-essential proteins, and it's really good for the brain and the muscle tissue and enzyme production. And it's also a source of protein for vegans, but it's kind of pricey right now, so I don't think you're going to be, sitting down to a bowl of pine tree pollen. But I think as it gets more common, I think the price will come down. It contains lots of great minerals, uh, calcium and phosphorus for strong bones. It also has copper and iron for anemia, magnesium and manganese for enzyme production, potassium for cardiovascular function and water regulation, selenium for good immune system function, silicone for strong nails and great hair. May need some of that. Also, zinc for boosting up our immune system. Also, it's an anti-inflammatory, so it helps with arthritis and joint pain and swelling and redness and tenderness, and it also helps with preventing disease because it's an anti-inflammatory. I mean, inflammation is the first step towards disease. So if we can keep things like inflammation down, we can stop disease in general. Contains a lot of sulfur compounds called MSM, which is good for inflammation in general. It's a powerful antioxidant and helps to prevent DNA damage and also to repair DNA damage. And so it has a lot of things like glutathione, Say that a few times fast. And also superoxidase dimutase, and these are amazing antioxidants. Also, one of the main things is it contains DHEA, which helps for balancing hormones and creating more hormones in the body. And it can improve a person's mood and help with depression and help with weight loss and muscle gain and increase libido and sex drive and boost up the immune system in general. And I highly recommend it because taking DHEA pills, I never really got along with that very well, but I just didn't feel good with it. But taking pine tree pollen, it seems to be a better way of making your body create and balance hormones. And I think it's great. I think it really is great. It also contains melatonin. It actually helps the body to produce more melatonin. So it's a natural way to sleep better too. So very good. Also, in traditional Chinese medicine, it's a replenishing of Jing, or natural life force. And if we don't have enough Jing or energy or life force, we just dragging all the time. And I think that's really important. Also, increases libido in Chinese medicine and helps with erectile dysfunction and infertility also. So these are some of the things, and it has been used for thousands of years. And in Chinese medicine, it's also used for the liver, the spleen, the kidneys, the heart, the lungs, and basically most of the body. It is an adaptogen. Helps to create hormone balance and also boost energy levels in the body. And it has spiritual effects, some people think, also by opening up the pineal gland and to attain higher consciousness. I haven't seen that myself, but it's a possibility. Almost all the pine tree pollen that you find out there is broken cell because it has to be open because we can't digest it very well with it not being broken. So look for pine tree pollen that's a broken cell. And like I said, all of them out there are that. It can be found as powders, capsules, and tinctures, and lots of different forms. And I think that's, if you look on eBay, you'll find a bunch of it. If you look on Amazon, you'll find a bunch of it. If you look, just Google buy pine tree pollen, you'll find a bunch of it. It's out there for sale, and you can get it very quickly. You can take from 5 grams to 20 grams twice a day, and in the powder, and it's a natural product, and it needs a little time to work to find good results. So just start taking it, daily. I like to take it myself with a couple other things. L-carnitine is one of them also, and Japanese knotweed I put together with it also. And then the pine tree pollen. I think those three are really great. You get the resveratrol and also weight loss capabilities of L-carnitine, and you get the boost in the capabilities of pine tree pollen, which has many. And also, it really doesn't have a way of having a lot of side effects or anything like that. But if you're going to get pregnant, or you're pregnant, or you're nursing, or I wouldn't recommend taking it because it could change the sex of the baby, because it does have these DHEA capabilities in it. So, and also, we don't recommend herbs in general for small children. That's just not a good thing in general. And so, if you're nursing, you're pregnant, or about to get pregnant, I wouldn't recommend it. But it is really a wonderful thing. It's very natural. And if you've ever been in a pine forest, you see pollen falling down sometimes. I mean, it's just falling down like rain sometimes. And There's a natural source. You could even go out and collect it yourself, and it comes from just about all varieties of pine trees. And a lot of it comes from China, but they're starting to harvest it in the United States also, in California and Washington, Oregon, up into Canada, in those areas where they have a lot of pine trees. And so think about trying some wonderful pine tree pollen together with a whole foods plant-based diet. If you go to my website, www.paulhaider.com, PAULHAIDER.com, in the upper right hand corner you'll see testimonials and then also my diet. If you click on that, it's pretty long, so scroll down. This is really important. I mean, all supplements and all herbs and this type of thing should only be taken for about 7 to 10 days, and then take a week off and then come back to it. They all put a burden on our liver, our kidneys, our, our nervous system. And so it's just like taking any medication. Some of the first medications were herbs. Look at valerian, ended up being Valium. So now we make it synthetically, but there's a lot like that. So they do have a huge impact on the mind, body, and spirit. And they should really, our first line of defense should be food. And if you go to my website and look at my diet, and if you follow that diet exactly and keep using it for the rest of your life, you will become extremely healthy. Right now we have a lot of bad food out there. If you watch the movie Rotten, which is on Netflix, you'll see, man, we've got an epidemic of chemicals in our food. On the average right now, any fruit, vegetable, or grain has anywhere from 6 chemicals that cause cancer, 12 chemicals, 10 to 12 chemicals that cause hormone disruption, and another 10 chemicals which cause disease in general. And some have even more. The average potato has about 30, 35. The average tomato has about the same also. So it's really important that we start eating organic food, and we start changing our diet. We're eating a lot of processed food, and it's really not good. But if you follow my diet exactly, I've seen people get over diabetes. I've seen people, get over, skeletal aches and pains, all kinds. I've seen people, if we're going to have bypasses on their heart, actually not end up having to do that because their arteries and their coronaries opened up within 30 days. And so the body wants to respond. The body wants to heal itself. There's no doubt about that. What we have to do is give it the nutrients it needs to be able to make itself heal. And a lot of times we're standing in its way because we're eating a lot of processed food, we're eating a lot of sugar, we're not eating fruits and vegetables, and a little bit of grains that goes along with it. I think that grains are being overused right now. I really do. But eating a lot of beans. Beans are a life-giving food, and organic beans especially. And there's even been studies showing that people who live to be over 100, a lot of them eat lots of beans. And this is vital. If you want to live to be over 100, I think that beans contain a lot of nutrients, a lot of protein, and we really need to step away from the animal world. I mean, all the animal products, we have thousands upon thousands now of lots of different studies showing that animal products cause inflammation, which causes disease, which would be cancer, and diabetes, we cause liver disease, we cause arthritis, and on and on and on. So if you really want to be healthy, if you want to make a change, and this is the time of year for making a change. This is January. We've had a 2017, we said goodbye to, and 2018, here we come. And so now is the time to make a change. We can get into my diet. You see, talk about exercise, we talk about weightlifting, we talk about eating right, and I also talk about meditation. We have more people with anxiety right now than ever before, and we really need to calm our mind down. Now, I do an hour of meditation every morning and an hour of meditation every night. And this is really super important. And then we can do this. We can become extremely healthy, and we don't have to use drugs or anything to do it. And being an herbalist, I like herbs, but at the same time, we don't need them if we eat right. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Uh, use these herbs and supplements as an adjunct for short term, and they work great for that. So if you care to get a hold of me, my contact information is down below. Email was probably the best because if I'm going to send something to you, it's probably easier. My Skype address is down below, even my phone number if you have a quick question. And I love to hear from you, and all my consults are free. And so don't be a stranger. And I do this because I think it's a God thing. We're here to help one another. So have a wonderful day, and I love you.